Hi, I'm Dan Cooke with Ortho World, and welcome to Ortho Innovators. I'm joined today by Dan Rumple, design engineer at OrthoPediatrics. Dan, thanks so much for taking a few minutes. I'm excited to talk to you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
So, tell me about your active lifestyle and love of BMX and football and basketball that led you to undergo bilateral knee replacement at age 49.
Right. I've been very active, never really been an armchair quarterback. So at a young age, I was involved in a lot of different sports. As you said, the mainstream sports, the basketball, football, track, ran that through all through high school. And My earlier teen years, I got into BMX, and
Mhm.
that kind of became a passion. The other stuff was fun, but the BMX became quite a passion. So throughout the years, injury happens, right? So
Sure.
I've torn ACLs on both right and left knee, tore meniscus both right and left knee. So as my age progressed, it just became where they become. I got bone on bone, and at the ripe old age of 49 years old, it was time. So
Yeah.
that's when I got the bilaterals put in.
And interestingly, you were working on the knee implant. You helped design the knee implant that ended up
Yes.
inside your joints. Tell us about that. It was the attuned knee, and you were a big part of the design team.
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to be at Synthes when that knee platform started to get developed. We didn't even know it was going to be a tune back in those days,
Sure.
and I knew I had knee issues, right, but never really thought about this being the knee that I would get until later on in the project. But I had the opportunity to be part of the the brainstorming team because we really started with a blank slate. We knew what we wanted to improve. We knew what we wanted to keep from other different systems, and just really kind of went from there. Created the primary, went through, created the PS, and then we got into the cementless application, which is what I've got.
So yeah, tell me about that, the timeline of the process. I know it probably was, spanned many years, but what did you learn about it? What specifically were you involved in?
So basically, I'm the designer, right?
Yeah,
I'm the CAD guy. I got to do the 3D geometry. As my kids tell me, I get to play games all day at work. So
sure.
so it's pretty fun, right? So working with the scientists and different guys in the lab that go through and figure out all the kinematics and what works and what doesn't, and kind of gives us data points to go off of. I'm the guy that gets to take all those points and kind of fill in between, right?
Yeah,
So we get to kind of put our own little spin on some things, but at the end of the day, we kind of tie everything together so that the femoral will work within the insert, and the insert works within the tray, um, and you know makes one big happy family work together.
I gotcha. Did you take any lessons from that project and just apply it to what you're doing now today in terms of designing implants? And you've moved to orthopediatrics. Tell me about your role there.
Yeah, so at orthopediatrics, it's totally different, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like the adult implants, we kind of chop away some bone and put implants around like your femur, or the hip implant goes through the center of your of the top of the femur. But working with kids, you've got the growth plate, and you've got things that are just consistently moving, as the kids grow up. So those implants are actually made at some point to come out, where an
Hmm.
adult implant, yeah, once you get it in there, you really don't want those to come out. So
Yeah.
there's some similarities, of, yes, they're implants, but they really start to go in their own direction. When we're trying to make something that we can pull out with screws and what have you versus cement and press fit.
What are you seeing on that front in terms of innovation that's, excites you moving forward?
Just everything is made, like I say, to come out.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to have access to where you don't when you pull part out, you don't want it to have a bunch of bone connected to it.
Yep.
So, for the kids, however long that, whether it's a fracture or deformity, the fracture, you want that to grow so it's nice, strong bone again. And then you want to go out, get in there and pull those components out. So just different ways for better alignment, quicker procedure, get in and out, are some of the technologies that we consistently look at to make a better, quicker surgery.
Sure. Um, and of course, working with kids, on
Yeah.
a product that's going to end up in a kid probably
Yeah.
raises your uh, satisfaction or to another level.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got kids, so you really put yourself into that position. How the kid's going to feel after surgery.
Yeah.
Um, Kids got a lot of energy, so they're going to want to move and get right back to it, right? So you want to make sure that everything's good, secure, and it is going to, keep up with kid abuse, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. So taking a step back to your work on, the knee implant that was, ended up in your knees. At what time during the project did you say, okay, this might be what I'm going to have? And did that
Right.
impact your, I mean, I'm sure you were of course interested in it and focused, but did it raise the stakes for you at all personally?
Yeah, I mean, I know I kind of became that pain in the side to a lot of the guys,
Yeah.
because it's just asking questions, why, so
Right.
what makes that better, right?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, at a point we got through the primary, got through some revision stuff, got through the posterior stabilized, and all of a sudden it started to look like, yep, this is going to be for me. And then we got into the cementless knees, and talking with some of the different engineers and marketing people, that was like, yeah, the cementless is what I want.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the cement breakdown as you get older, right? You get the
Yeah.
bony ingrowth. So yeah, I started to be that pain to everybody in the meetings, and wanting everything to be just a little extra. And then just for my knowledge, right? Just
Sure.
what does this do? What advantage does it have?
Yeah.
So yeah, so once we got into the cementless, I got the opportunity to talk to the different designing surgeons, and I had my first consultation at a cadaver lab
Hmm.
with the surgeon. And by the end of the day, he's like, "Yep, you just need to call the office, and we'll get this thing going." So
And
there you go.
you were among the first.
I was one of the first 20
Okay.
that got the attuned cementless.
Yeah.
For the doctor that I went to, I was his second and third implant
Amazing.
for the cementless. He was a very well-known surgeon, so
Sure. Sure.
um, so I trusted him wholeheartedly to put a new product into me.
Yeah.
I knew, so I had the science, right? That I knew the people that developed, and I kind of had confidence in me, right? I knew what I had in there too.
Well,
So
I was going to ask you, how's your work? I don't want to
yeah,
reveal your age, but how far out are you from surgery and how are you feeling?
yeah. So gosh, let's see. I was 49 when I got it. I'm 56 now,
Yeah.
so um, I'm still, riding the bike, playing basketball. If guys I play with, you might disagree with that's the game I'm playing, but
Right.
I'm on the court. I also referee basketball from elementary up through high school. Still riding my bike, so I've not slowed down.
Awesome.
The activity level is still on point.
That's awesome. And you're able to continue with your passion, which is the BMX side of things. You say you're riding a
Yeah.
bike competitively anymore with your kids. What's your involvement?
Yeah, so I'm not as competitive as I
Yeah.
used to be. I've kind of taken that back to so I run a BMX track in Warsaw, and so with that, I can take some laps with the new kids, kind of show them around some techniques of how to get around the track safely,
Yeah.
and just kind of be there to cheer them on as they go around the track. I get a hot lap in every once in a while, but not like I used to.
Gotcha.
Just there's some guys my age that are still going way fast, but I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I understand. I understand. Um, Well, you're the perfect person to ask this too. How is the design of orthopedic implants evolving with the movement throughout the industry toward personalized medicine, towards, you know, tailoring solutions to specific patients' anatomy? Can you comment on that?
Yeah, so a lot of it is the instruments,
Yeah.
just to get a better cut. So there's some companies out there that will create a cutting block that fits your deformity. So that way, the cuts are just solid. They're straight and where they need to be. Also, you've got your computer aided surgeries, which the computer assists the surgeon here again to make the perfect cuts. Because once the cuts are in there, the implant, your alignment is all going to be spot on, which is going to give you a better result at the end of the day.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think that's it. Let's leave it there. And I appreciate your time, Dan. It was a pleasure to talk with you. And thanks for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And have a great day.